Guys, and welcome back to Basketball Report. And we're still in the East, and we're finishing off. Is it last
Yeah,
team?
the last team.
Last team, we finish off with the Washington Wizards. Quite an interesting team. Actually, the whole Lakers who won a championship that LeBron traded away to these two Wizards for Westbrook. But
So
yeah,
yeah,
we can start.
off season wise, the big move, getting rid of Westbrook. I mean, big move. I don't know. I don't think this was part of their script. I do believe it was the Lakers approaching them. They put on the offer on the table, and it was like, okay, we're gonna take the offer. But with that said, they also got Spencer Dinwiddie. So getting Dinwiddie in free agency, I believe, was also a good replacement for Russ. Obviously, Russ is Russ. But Dinwiddie is a very solid player with the players they got from the Lakers. I think the roster is good. I think it's a deep team, and I think it's a team with a lot of good role players.
Yeah.
But obviously, the big thing here is Beal.
What are they going to do with him? Are they going to move him? Because for me, I would say it's almost their biggest contract at the moment.
Yeah,
I would say get that guy out of the way, and then you start looking. They have quite a few young players: Kuzma, Hachimura.
Yeah, I mean,
Gafford,
Roy's still young, Daniel Gafford as well.
Yeah, so they have.
Danny, I know he's injured, but I mean, I think it was the pick last season, so.
So they have young players. I would just say Bradley Beal is their biggest. They need to move this guy, really. There's a lot of teams that would stand in line to get this guy, and they can just pick the best
Offer available, yeah.
Yeah, but also I solid team, I would say. Definitely, well-rounded. They have a lot. Actually, it's quite, if you go through the team, it's quite a good team. It's not, I won't say this from some of the best teams in the East at the moment. We'll hear about, the Hawks and so on. But this team, I think they just need to figure out their chemistry and all that stuff. And, we don't know. Maybe playing games, I don't know.
Just looking back a couple of seasons, you still have John Wall on the roster with his super max not playing. Basically, they switched around John Wall and got Harold, Kuzma, Cardwell Pope, and Big. So I think that is decent.
Yeah.
I think they're in a much better position. I think trading for Russ was good. Russ got them back to the playoffs. This is a franchise that was desperately needing to get back into the playoffs. They have a solid roster. And I think looking at the roster now, I think it's a deep roster. And I think the team can go two ways here. I believe the way to go is to trade Beal, because there's a lot of teams who can use Beal and they'll get good stuff for him. And then on the other part, I would say, look, you got some good players in the Russ trade. Maybe look towards another star. I think that's the two options. But the thing is, who's going to go to the Wizards? It's not a nice culture in the Wizards, I'm going to be honest. The vibe around this team isn't nice. And now you bring your LA guys over to Washington. Kuzma's baggage. And then he's got this whole rip around him, and he thinks he's the fucking shit and all that stuff. Harold is a good player, but his personality is trash. Cardwell Pope will either shoot like lights out or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Cardwell Pope.
Yeah.
And Davis Bertans the same. A couple of seasons ago, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, and last season he just dipped off, having poor shooting performances.
I don't know. Maybe, try to get another star, but who's going to the Wizards? Honestly, like,
you're gonna have to put a good offer on
a good offer. I think there will be franchises that will go and want some young guys to come in. Like, I don't know. The Wizards, like the team it's too good to start rebuilding.
Yeah, it's still a fairly solid team.
Yeah.
With this team, especially in the East, you can still make playing games. You can still make playoffs with this roster. Obviously, if everyone's fit and stuff, but it's still good to get real nice young talent. And I think that's the same for the young talent that they brought in this couple of seasons. Daniel Gafford, Roy Shimura, and I think Danny are the main young players they want to develop. And I like Gafford. I think Gafford's good, but where's his ceiling? Is he going to play again when Thomas Bryant come back? I think Thomas Bryant is also a fairly solid player. Roy Shimura is good, but he's never been great. He still needs to work on his shot. And then Danny, I mean, that guy was marked as the new Luka, and it's He got injured, and it's an interesting situation. Obviously, he's a foreign player, so he still needs to adapt to the NBA.
Yeah.
But I just feel like in terms of young players, it's not even that great to just go into a rebuild to blow up. So I think this is going to be a slow process of eliminating players, looking at your options. I don't think there's any rush. If anyone wants Dinwiddie, you'll be willing to offer him if the price is right. Same goes for Harrell, Kuzma, Beal, and any other player. I think this is a selling team at this stage.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of, I would say, guys that to trade with.
Yeah.
But I think the first thing they need to do is try to get Bradley Beal out of there because he's been there a long time.
Yeah, I think he was drafted there and he's been there
So
forever.
and he didn't. Bradley Beal is good. He's a good scorer and all that. But I think there's teams definitely that when they get this guy, they're just going to push them.
I mean, this is a 30-point scorer.
Yeah.
Not once, twice.
So this is actually an ideal place for Ben Simmons to go to. Get Bradley Beal for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, if they can work something out like that. I mean, for Wizards, it's not ideal. but if Philly puts in a lot of big capital to make the situation work, that's an option. I still believe best destination for Bradley Beal would either be Celtics or Nuggets.
Yeah.
Maybe even Trailblazers or just basically any team that's in the playoff mix. But they need to ship the players, and that's the thing they struggle to do now. With Ross, they did it fairly quick, but with John Wall, I mean, they gave him so much time to recover. And I understand, look, this guy's been good for you, and he's been there basically your whole life and stuff. But I mean, we all knew what's gonna happen when he had that injury.
Yeah. So final prediction, I would say, playing games. As you all know, playing games is from 6 to 10.
Yeah.
To 10.
7 to 10. Yeah.
7 to 10. Yeah. So yeah, 7 to 10 for teams. Yeah, I've started playing in game team. Don't see them going here at 6. So I don't know.
Yes, no, but if they couldn't get there with Ross, I don't think we're gonna get there with this roster.
So I would say solid there, and that's about it. I don't know if they're going to go through to the playoffs, but I'm looking forward to the moves these guys make. Hopefully they make some moves.
Yeah, I would say with Bradley Beal, let's say he doesn't get traded this season, 10 or 11, just low playing games or just missing out. If they do trade Bradley Beal, 11, 12. I think Bradley Beal is basically the difference between them making the playing games or making the playoffs and between them missing out.
Yeah.
Maybe even 13 as well. I don't know, the roster is still fairly solid. And obviously it depends on who they're trading Bradley Beal to. So that's why I say it would make too big difference because they'll get good players in return for Bradley Beal. So I'm going for 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's fairly realistic.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Give or take. But yeah, that's the Wizards. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. And let us know in the comments, what do you think the Wizards are going to do? Are they going to send Kuzma to the Shanghai Sharks? We don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and as always,
Eat that jumper.